Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at TGO Top Gun Options. I'm Wiz, Matthew Buckley. I'm the Chief Options Instructor here at TGO. And quick reminder that just because the media aren't paying attention to something doesn't mean it's not going on. Quick strategic brief. Israel major airstrikes into Syria and actually attacking Iranian positions. So let me say that again. Israel attacking Iranian positions in Syria and warning them in no uncertain terms that they're getting really close to a full-blown war here. And obviously, war does make strange bedfellows. Saudi Arabia can't stand Iran, and behind the scenes, Saudi Arabia and Israel are quietly cooperating. So don't forget about the Middle East, folks. In the blink of an eye, you know, the lower third on the TV can be breaking news and something massive happening. We don't want to be caught like that, so we're going to brief some of this stuff at 1 o'clock in our weekly Options Live trade brief. This is interesting. This is just like the election of President Donald Trump and the market rally. I was one of the only guys literally on the planet to predict that, along with Jeffrey Gundlach and a couple other hedge fund managers, handful of people. I'm also going to predict this. This ain't going to be, no matter what the liberal media is telling you about the midterm elections, Democrats are going to get slaughtered from not standing at the State of the Union. So Nancy Pelosi, let me get this straight, folks. Nancy Pelosi stood for 8 hours last week on the floor of the House. Historical speech, like the longest ever. For illegal immigrants, but she couldn't stand 30 seconds for veterans or for the Wambir family, who the North Koreans have brutally tortured and killed and flew him home as a vegetable so he could die. Seriously? And then all the same liberals in the press are going apeshit that the president didn't shake that one of the most fearsome dictator's sister. Are you kidding me? If you have a son or a daughter, do you mind if we torture and kill her? And then, and then maybe the president will shake her hand. Will that make you feel better? Democrats are going to get their clocks cleaned in the midterm elections. I'm predicting this right now. I'm going out on the limb. What's that have to do with anything? It has to do with a lot of stuff. It has a lot to do with the budget. Trump revealed his budget today, gutting non-discretionary domestic spending. I love it, and also boosting defense. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But so stocks are we're seeing a nice triple-digit gain. Again, nobody likes being in here, folks. We're in between the 50 and 200-day moving averages, and we are dead center here, man. I said last week that this is why you're seeing these wide swings in volatility. I'll brief the volatility products in a second, but we're also seeing these wide swings because the algos just don't know what to do. Buy it to get back up to the 50, or smash it to get below the 200-day moving average. I just sent out, I don't know, about 15 minutes ago, a bear call spread on VXX. The 53.54 that expires Friday, that's risking about $5,500 to potentially make $2,000 with about a 70% probability using current at-the-money volatility. We all know, well, at least people, my smart members here, TGO, know what happened with what's going on. It's the volatility trades, folks. People were short volatility and then got caught blindsided when vol kind of ticked up a little bit, and it's a circular firing squad, folks. When you're short, you have to go out and buy more to get out of that position. So it was a long period of market calm. All the quote smart investors were doing what? Shorting volatility. This smart investor didn't. So what happened? The sudden shift from selling VIX futures to buying them was loud and clear when the CFTC released data last Friday. Look at this. So we swung from a net 60,000 contracts that were short vol to 86,000 contracts long by Friday. That's the largest ever shift in these positions by speculative investors since they started keeping records in 2006 on the VIX, when I was sitting there in the SIBO, in the Chicago Board Options Exchange at Peak 6 Investments. So this is what happened, guys, is the return to volatility. I think we've shook enough of those weak folks out, and we clean the clock. Like I've preached for the past couple weeks, or the past week and a half, these moving averages are magnets. We're either going to get pulled up to one of them or pulled down. The market don't like hanging out in here. I think and we bought some S&P, of course, on Friday, some good put protection in case this was a smash. You can see that actually we got down to it and bounced off of it. I get that's a very good symbol. Hopefully we're going to move on to talking about infrastructure spending and spending. And listen to me, I'm a libertarian. man. I was going to say Republican. I'm a recovering Republican, but spending money on infrastructure, moves, Rocco, steel, rail, was it the 4 Rs? Railroad, reading fundamentals. I don't know, whatever the 4 Rs are. But they released their big budget with $1.5 trillion infrastructure plan. So we should get back on the bullish horse. It is going to be a little volatile. That's why I'm selling this bear call spread. But if you look at VXX, what I sell, the 53. I mean, we got as high as 55. That's it's pretty damn high. And remember, over time, the VXX goes down due to backwardation, contango, and having to rebalance at the end of the night. But these triple Lindy reverse inverse ETFs on volatility all got wiped out. People literally got destroyed in the past week and a half who were short volatility. Hey man, that's what happens when you run in front of steamrollers to pick up pennies. You might make some money, but that one time you trip or your cape gets stuck in that wheel, man, it's over with. So I'm going to go a little short vol this week with a weekly options trade. We'll brief that 1 o'clock in our weekly options live trade briefs. Here's what worries me though. Getting back to a little bit of cautiously bullish is here's the headline, folks. Retail goes all in. E-Trade, who I use to teach, E-Trade adds 37,000 new accounts in the past week and a half. So here's the mania, folks. Here comes the retail trader. That's usually when the market tends to implode, right? People think that they missed out on this rip your face off rally. They saw this correction last week, and hey, it must be clearly time to get back in. Be careful. Good headline in the article in the Las Vegas Review Journal about the impact of WYNN's resignation on the Las Vegas Strip being unknown. We took a look last week at WYNN and legging into an iron condor. And we're going right down the fairway in this, which is looking pretty good, like the 160, 170. And this is what I predicted. We're going to kind of hang out in here as we figure out the impact. So hopefully another week of kind of meandering before this thing makes a move in the other direction. So have a good look at iron condor on WYNN, which we'll probably talk about tomorrow. Everything else is looking pretty good, folks. So I'll tell you what, I'll see many of my members today at 1 o'clock if you're in the weekly option service, and then we're going to do a full throttle training, I think, Wednesday and Thursday night this week because I have a big event tomorrow night down here in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, have a great rest of your day. I'll see my members at 1 o'clock. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless.